Canva did what no one thought was possible. They created a presentation software like Microsoft PowerPoint and made billions out of it. Who knew you could compete with Microsoft in this particular game? Well, 3 people did. Melanie, Cliff, and Cameron. They created Canva, but let's be honest, Canva is not really about the software as much as it's about the templates behind it. They knew that people were looking for templates to make their job easier, so they provided 250,000 templates with just a subscription, and it worked really well. But let's back up. So they created Canva in 2013, and in the first year they had more than 750,000 users. Then Guy Kawasaki, the guy who helped promote the Apple Macintosh in the 1980s, started to become a brand promoter for them, and then they really popped up in terms of revenue. So then they raised a round of investment at $1 billion, then another at 2.5. Then in 2021 they raised another at $40 billion valuation. This is huge compared to the companies you would know, like OpenAI, ChatGPT's company, only has a valuation of $20 billion, only has a valuation. Another company like Revolut, the payment processor, has $33 billion of valuation. Canva is a lot more than both of these companies. But if we go back in time, they had a seed funding pitch deck that they used to raise $6.6 million before they started. So let's check it out. Alright, so this is the pitch deck. First off, I respect this company very much because it's not easy to get into a market that is saturated by Microsoft and Google presentation software, really. So they did defy the odds in this element. They started off with a beautiful, clean, they have to. Remember, this is a presentation design software, so you have to really look good. So they start off with a clean cover page, and they move on to showcase publishing eras. I like the start. It's like telling a story, and that's what I say about pitch decks in general. It just tells the story. There were multiple versions of this deck, by the way, and it was called a few other names before Canva, but this is the last version they said. And here they show the typewriter, desktop computers, HTML5 tablets, which is what PowerPoint and everything is all about. They're like, what's the future? You know, it's a good teasing and start of the deck. They show a little bit of the desktop publishing, how it looked back then. Big old days. So this was a presentation software and how complicated it was, and that's what they're trying to eradicate. Adobe has a lot of pros, but like people who are really pro would use Adobe, everyone else wouldn't. So again, it's just a story. We're starting to tell you easily in a beautiful design what Canva is all about. No one said anything about Canva at the moment. And then they show the competitive landscape, or where they're stationed in the competitor. They didn't even like show it at the moment, but they just said that there is Adobe and everything that is very complex, it's high in budget and high in time, and it has a lot of creative freedom. And there are restrictive ones with low budgets like Microsoft Word and so on. So they are on a low budget with complete creative freedom. You can see how this is an idea that would revolutionize the presentation industry. If you can get something like not as difficult as Adobe and just put it to be simple, yeah, it's good. I like it. So far, I'm very intrigued. The pro design process, purchase, study, they're just taking a single person's timeline, and I do that I do that right now with this video, for example. So you have to purchase Adobe, you have to do that, study design, not necessarily study design, but they're just showing that this is taking a lot of time and that their solution is going to be a lot better. Pro design process, continuing it, and it's similar to the one before. It's just showing also the cost at the same time, or the market opportunity per se. Then this is where Canva is. Design the way it should be, and they make it as simple as possible. I love how they introduced it in this whole deck at the moment. And perfect pre-sliced images. You don't need a degree to use Canva. Remarkably simple even for the untrained. Good pitch so far. We've done this before. Now this is their traction slide. 4 years of research and development will be transferred to Canva. 10% Australian and higher schools use Fusion Books. That was the name of the company that they used before, which was called Fusion Books. And yeah, so this is their traction. It's not that big at the moment, but it's still not bad, you know. Pixel manipulation, a little bit of tech. They just showcase a little bit of tech so that they would not show off as just a simple product, because it's honestly, they do need a very sophisticated product in order to get into this market. Object manipulation, to show the difference between pixel manipulation and object manipulation. Why Canva? And then this is just their unique selling point. Instead of a desktop, you can use it from web, mobile, or tablet, collaborative, all those elements that you know Canva with right now. It was a good bet, and that's what they did. Market segment, there are the pros, there are the contractors, there are the small businesses, there are consumer. Canva is targeting everyone. I wouldn't say they're targeting the pros. Maybe they stopped there for this reason, because the pros wouldn't really use Canva a lot. They would focus more on like Adobe software and stuff. But this shows that they know who they're targeting very well. And then use cases, favorite thing, always just to add a use case because it shows that the product is used and that there is authenticity behind it. So a few people with what they're using Canva for, the first apps, and then here is a few pictures of the usage of Canva. Super strong way to show that the market needs this product and that they want to use it. The power, Canva design engine, Facebook covers, banners, market materials. Again, this is just, I would say it's more of elaborating the point, which is what they're going to use Canva for, what people would use Canva for. Syndication, active users exposed to Canva and new users. How are they going all the way? And like flyer created on Canva, friends and colleagues collaborate, push to Facebook by users. So they show the different cases and how they're being exposed to Canva. Which shows that this product has a go-to-market strategy per se. I could say this is the closest thing to a go-to-market strategy. Micropayments, so client designs in Canva, client exports to HTML or PDF, client pays for stock images. Business model, particularly business model and how they want this. I think this changed from this moment, but I'm not really sure of how they're doing in terms of revenue distribution between them and the artists or the percentages. But I wouldn't be surprised if this changed. The Canva team, Melanie, Cliff, and Cameron, the founders, and other team members. And it's really, to be honest, this is one of the few pitch decks that I reviewed that has a female founder, which is something I really like. And the team does look like they know what they're doing. Funding, milestones before Series A, what they're intending to do, 1.5 million convertible debt, 50% discount, 8 million valuation cap. Now they're valued at $40 billion. Develop the Canva platform, 1 million images, launch 3 million users. Someone took a bet on them. They were trying here to tell you, bet on us because we have what it takes. Whoever did that became, like, I wouldn't say became rich because he was probably rich, but it was a successful bet. And this is what the deck tells a wonderful story that is convincing and that doesn't show any hidden agenda whatsoever. And that's why I like this deck very much. If you're intending to raise funds for a company that is a design startup, might as well have a good design in terms of the deck itself. And they had that and they showed it. Any reader would understand and would really know that there is a market opportunity when it comes to Canva. A lot of people want such a product. But do they really have the software to do it? And that's the question they were trying to pose in this whole pitch deck. And their reasoning is they have a very strong team that is capable of doing that. And everything turned out to be true. They did that and eventually became the $40 billion company that we know. That was the Canva pitch deck. I hope you liked it. And if you did, please like and subscribe to this channel because I'll keep doing that. I'll keep providing other companies that you might know or you might not know an analysis of their pitch decks so that you would learn more from them. But aside from all of that, have a wonderful day.